Okay, so I'm going to take we've had a lot of people asking about our camper here, and I'm going to take a walking tour on video that I can post on the internet so people can see all the things inside it. I'll try to do it in 1 or 2 takes so that the file doesn't get too big to email. Okay, first of all, we're going to walk into the front door here, and I'll show you all the storage compartments on another video. So a couple steps up to the dashboard and the driver's area here. Pretty normal stuff that you'd expect. I can give more details on all that. Here's the first, right above it, flat screen TV. I would say it's probably 40 inches, I'm not really sure. The DVD player goes in here, as well as the switch box. This is also where you'd put your satellite receiver. We do not have satellite in it. This is where your power panel is. It's also where you can get all your gauges for water and black and gray tanks, power handling, inverter. You switch this little thing to convert your batteries to 120 volt. Nice. These are all flex steel chairs. So there's your passenger seat. That's a swivel, of course. And there's 2 swivels right behind it that are also flex steel. In here is a pull-out card table, which we used for the kids to color with, and sometimes we'd have lunch on, that sort of thing. So that just fits in right there. That folds down again. And then over here we have the dining room wraparound. That has 3 seat belts, I believe. Here is the couch. It's leather. There's no stains or anything on it. That's got 2 seat belts. Of course, lots of nice lights and glass. Plenty of storage over the top here. These all flip up. And then these are all double blinds. So there's a day shade, which is this, and then there's a night shade, which is that. And then, of course, it can just open. And all of these little side windows have a screen and can pull up. Okay, we're going to continue the tour. I'm trying to not make the files too big, so I'm going to stop them every couple minutes. Here's the kitchen. This is all Corian. There's the little insignia that says Corian on it. It's hard to tell in video, I suppose, but there's no scratches or damage to any of the countertops or backsplash. You've got a nice hot-cold faucet. This has got an extra filter in it for drinking water, so the whole camper is filtered, but then there's an additional filter for this. So you're sort of double taken care of. Reasonably clean sinks. There's no scratches or dents or cracks in any of this stuff. Under here is where we typically kept our trash can. Also, you have a subwoofer here for the surround sound stereo that is hooked up to the DVD player. Back here is your water heater, this white thing back here. So everything's pretty readily accessible if and when you ever had to get into anything. Lots of drawers for the kitchen area. That vent down there is for the furnace. That's one of the furnace vents. This panel here is the engine's underneath there. I've never had to get into it at all, but you can pop that open and get into the top of the engine. Lots of people have asked whether the mid-engine is noisy, and I guess the simple answer is no. The road noise of the rig in general is outweighs anything that you'd hear coming through the floor here. It will get a little warm after a long drive, but nothing that's ever really mattered to us. You have 2-burner cook stove here, or cooktop I should say, and again that's all nice and clean. We actually did most of our cooking outside, so this didn't get used that much. And then these are nice big drawers. Oh, there's all your remotes for the TVs and the DVDs and such. And then we used one of these as a bread container, and we put our utensils and stuff in there. This is a place where you can hide your sponges. Decent closets for, there's the owner's manual, suitcase, so all the original manuals come with this. We had our plates and our dishes and such in here. You have a microwave, which is also a convection combo convection, and we use that feature a lot to be able to cook biscuits and pizza and stuff like that. And you can, I think you can see it's pretty clean. There's nothing wrong with it. We haven't really abused it in any way. And then we kept all our snacks and stuff up in there. And I'll start another video in a second. Okay, continuing the tour here. There's a double wide refrigerator, and this is one of the things that we really cared about, so that we'd have enough room for all the food that you need with 3 kids driving with you. So it's it looks brand new. It's all been cleaned up and detailed. And then the nice part about the freezer here is it's got an ice maker up here that runs off the water tank of the house, so you get lots of fresh ice. And then another freezer compartment here as well. Get that closed up. That's all cleaned and ready to go. For those of you who don't know, it can run off of propane or battery, and it'll automatically switch itself. There's a readout when it's on. There's a readout here that you can adjust to decide how cold to make it. Backing up a little bit, so you'll remember that this is the wraparound dinner table. This little part of the leaf here will fold down, which I'll do one-handed. That folds down. I know it's not much to see at the moment, but there. That folds down so that while you're traveling it stays out of your way. You also have these nice drawers here. We had games and stuff in here. So there's one on both sides. There's one on that side as well. This whole table picks up and then lays down into these slots here so that you can make a bed out of this space as well. And I think I said earlier that it's got a couple seat belts. It might even be 3. There's a storage compartment underneath this pad, seat pad here. I'm not going to pull it all out. That you can't tell, but there's a storage bin right under there. We actually didn't find it until we were almost done with our trip, but you can put a lot of things in there as well. I didn't turn this light on. Let me do that. So you have a little light switch here, which turns that baby on. All the lights and such work. There's really nothing that's faulty or not working correctly. I'm trying not to go too fast here. Here's the other television that's in the main living compartment. I think this is probably like a 32-inch or so flat screen. The neat thing about this is that it's on a swivel arm. So I'll step back a second. So you can sort of position it so that you can see it from the dining table here. You can turn it, or you can, swivel it if you're watching TV while you're cooking or something. So that's pretty handy. We actually had the kids' Wii hooked up to this. More storage. These are relatively shallow, but they're great for books or little plastic bins that got knickknacks in them. And then you got another one down here with lots of cabinet space as well. These are not accessible while you're traveling. This whole wall here is covered by the slider when you're traveling. And I'll start another video in a second.